do some JoinDota League Season 3 America's action. It's really South America action, as we've got the Peruvian squad, Union Gaming, going up against the Houses Down, which I still believe they're a Brazilian organization, so should be fun. 2-game series, as always, here in the JoinDota League. I'm Helium, and co-casting with me is a friend and also a pretty good player, Static from Armada Gaming.
Hi. So yeah, this should be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen the Houses Down in a long time.
Yeah, they've been grinding the JoinDota League, I guess, to get back in the Premier League, but they're a Brazilian team.
Alright, good to know. And unfortunately, I learned in the lobby that one of the players I liked on their team is now playing another game that we love so much around here in the Dota 2 community. So I'm sad to hear that. Hopefully he'll come back. But we see a Doom banned out. Nothing too surprising. Doom, pretty annoying. Saw a lot of bans from him earlier today when I was casting in the European Premier Division. Lycan also had a pick and a ban in those two games. I don't know if you've got any amazing thoughts on those two heroes, but
I mean, it's a pretty standard ban so far. There's Doom is just well-rounded to fit in any lineup, and no one wants to play against a Lycan, especially against I guess South American Dota. They like to play those red Dota a lot, pushing strats, putting up stuff like that.
Yes, them and everybody, including all pubs, unfortunately, these days. There's quite a bit of the 5-man death ball in the early rat Dota from, I guess Lycan is really the only hero that can really split push super early on. I was going to say Death Prophet's probably the other one, so she's also going to get banned out. Union Gaming's generally a team that likes to fight and be in your face right away, so we'll look for them to obviously draft similar to that. And I guess the meta kind of shifted into, that was already their style, and the meta kind of shifted into their style, which is, I guess, different than what normally happens, where you have to find the meta, but I don't know. Fortunate for them, we'll see how it works.
Yeah, they might be a step ahead of everyone. I mean, TI was pretty much all around dead ball pushing, and then I guess we're going to see some more tonight.
Probably. Pretty long first banning phase. I would say Void, Razor, or Skyrath, or, okay, I was getting there. Or Brewmaster probably going to be the next bans, and probably see some of those heroes taken out in the second phase, but now it's Union Gaming. First pick, what do you think it is? Oh, too late. Their picks, what do you think they are?
They're going to pick Skyrath Mage.
I would say Skyrath and Void, like almost 100%. Sorry for typing. I didn't think this game was going to happen, so I didn't prepare my tweets beforehand.
Yeah, same thing.
Union Gaming versus the House is Down. You'd think... Oh, nice. House is Down. I remember. I told them to make a Twitter, and they actually did. You think...
5 seconds.
All these teams would have Twitters, right? Because that's like the best way to get their names out there.
Yeah, Twitter is mainly strong in United States, but I don't think it's as strong in South America.
And Europe, I guess. It's not as big of a deal, right, though? Because you're trying to appeal to a global audience. It doesn't matter where you are. You can just sit down and watch Twitch anywhere. Or do ya?
So they went for Tide. They went for Tide and Viper, which are not so usual first pick. Tide is played a lot, but he's not usually first pick. So that means they're probably gonna fight early because they have those two heroes that have big potential for elite team fights.
Yeah, they're both green, so that's my contribution. And everyone on Unigaming is blue.
Does that mean we're gonna see a Nature Prophet?
That's always good. We gotta get a Nature's Prophet and a Treant, and then Union Gaming has to pick Zeus and
Faceless Void.
Kind of, yeah, I guess he's sort of blue. I feel like purple can go on either of these teams pretty nicely.
He has some bluish colors.
5 seconds.
Yeah, purple's complementary to green, so it would look nice at least.
So you need Venomancer too.
Yeah, Venomancer would work. He's a lighter green. Viper's better, I think. Probably by Venom. Although, I don't know. Vici Gaming played Venomancer a lot in the farming role. Just get that early mech, your agility. You've got high armor to start with, and obviously you can push and defend like a boss with those Plague Wards. But, I don't know. Obviously it didn't work out. It won them a couple million. It didn't win them 5 million.
Huh. That's interesting. Ban a Morphling.
Uh, maybe just because of the Viper pick second. Like you said, it's unusual to pick Viper second, and that Morphling Viper interaction is interesting. So maybe the House is Down wanted to have them both, as opposed to maybe Union Gaming picks. I don't know actually.
I feel
I'm trying
like
to rationalize
Disruptor's
this, but none
pretty
of it
good.
really matters.
Reserve time.
Disruptor's pretty good against Morphling, so I don't know. I think they already had the tools to deal with it, but maybe they really don't like playing against it.
Yeah, that's probably it. Sand King banned out though. I don't know. The rosters switch up a little bit, but I'm pretty sure it's Jericho who is really, really good, or maybe it's Xander Steele, who's really good at that Sand King. Obviously a good hero, can get that Blink Dagger up pretty quickly with the jungling, with the Sandstorm, but really powerful in the hands of some of these players, especially Xander. I think that's who it is.
Who do you think is gonna be the next pick?
I don't know. I'm really surprised. Well, Skywrath got banned. I'm really surprised Void hasn't been picked on either side yet. Maybe Union Gaming go for it now. Shadow Shaman seemed to be a shoo-in to get picked eventually because, he just pocket push basically on your team. If you don't have it, you just pick Shadow Shaman and then suddenly you can push after you win team fights. Maybe Enigma as well, kind of the same role.
I feel like Pugna's gonna come. He's gonna show his face on the Radiant side.
He is green, so...
He's green and he takes towers.
10
That would fit with
seconds
the
remaining.
Shadow Shaman. And if they get those two heroes, the pushing become
5 seconds
really, really
remaining.
strong.
Yeah, that would be true. And I see the Sand King band, who is a support that kind of just disappears into the jungle anyways, except for maybe like one or two rotations early on. Maybe more if they're really successful and continue to be, but you could honestly just pick up an Enigma, disappear into the jungle, and get those big items, maybe the mech into a Blink or mech BKB on an Enigma, as opposed to your Sand King. It's almost the same thing. I mean, Epicenter does a little bit more damage, but you really just want the disable of the Burrow Strikes with that Blink Dagger. Epicenter is, I guess, an added bonus, but they will go with an Enchantress, same token. She's just going to sort of be in the jungle, and she can rotate maybe a little more efficiently than an Enigma would.
This is quite interesting. They're not two usual picks, so it should be a pretty fun game to watch.
Yeah, it'll be nice. Sorry, I'm still trying to finish up some things to get everything added where it should be.
10
We're gonna have the game
seconds
set up properly by the end of the draft.
5 seconds.
Yeah, we'll be there. That's what happens. Like I had set up everything for this stream, and then I was like, wow, this game's not gonna happen. It's 8:30 on the East Coast of America. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna set up my own stream. So I like just undid everything, and then I see the lobby's hosted, so I had to go redo it all. But Earthshaker picked up. I really am liking. It's kind of annoying to play against, but it's really fun to watch. The Earthshaker Skywrath combination as supports.
It's so scary against an
It's
Enchantress.
insane.
If they get their hands on another big AoE, you get the Tidehunter with the Earthshaker ult. It's really scary for the Dire side right now.
Yeah, and even Ethershock hitting up to what, 7 targets when it's maxed out for 320. That's a lot
Yeah,
of magic damage.
another
if he
big
gets off
AoE.
to a good start. And well, the offlaner's already chosen.
Santar's a really good
Centaurs.
pick, I think, for them right now, because they need some big team fight presence, and he's the one that's gonna stand in front of the Razor, allowing him to blow people up.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, he also will provide an escape from the Viper, who is generally he just chases people around or kites them around. But now, if they need to get out of something or need to initiate once they're already slowed, they can just throw the Stampede, and you've got the best move speed you could ever want or ever get, unless you're Bloodseeker. So that should be nice for initiation. He should also be going for a Blink Dagger, so maybe he can look to pick off the Earthshaker or the Shadow Shaman before they jump in with an Echo or jump in with a Hex Shackle or something like that.
Who do you think is gonna start pushing first? They have an Enchantress, which usually.
Reserve
Well, I think Enchantress will want to start pushing early, but you got to be careful, right? Like, if you can zone the Tidehunter and make sure he's staying level 1 or level 2 for a while, then that's probably better than, say, pushing into his tower and then letting him open up the lane to let him get level 6. So maybe they choose not to push, although I think Union Gaming could start pushing earlier. That being said, I'm thinking the house is down. Like if Shadow Shaman gets off to a good start and he's got the wards, you're just gonna push like straight up. It just depends if Union Gaming pushes before the time that most of the supports are level 6. That kind of answers the question indirectly.
Yeah, but those two, Earthshaker and Shadow Shaman, requires a lot of levels in order to work properly. So they're gonna have to get a pretty good start.
Well, Earthshaker really only needs level 2, but Shadow Shaman definitely needs some big levels.
I mean,
at least for the
blink to do
items
anything in the game, I guess. When he gets those items, he's really kicking off. Before he's just a good counter initiate.
Yeah, well, yeah, this is also really good at just stopping rotations, right? Like Enchantress comes to the mid lane with a couple of creep. It's nighttime, you know, maybe it's 4 minutes. We'll just go with 4 minutes 20 seconds, random number. Earthshaker just comes in, throws down a Fisher, and then pretty much the gank is over, assuming he doesn't screw it up completely. And wow, Meepo comes out 5th. And this is actually the second South American team I've seen pick up Meepo. Revenge, which is actually a new roster, because the Revenge most people know is now not today. But they played it, and they did fantastic with it. They also ran it middle while having a Viper on their squad. So I wouldn't... Or actually, they ran Meepo middle against a Viper. So I'm interested to see where Meepo's going to go.
Don't you think it's a little bit cocky picking a Meepo into a Disruptor? Disruptor is pretty cocky in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree, but if you're pretty good at Meepo and you can farm the lane, get that XP, once you get a Blink Dagger, like, just blink on Disruptor and he dies literally instantly, so...
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. It depends who sort of has the momentum going into the mid game. Like, if Union Gaming are getting the kills and the pickoffs, it'll probably be hard for Meepo, but if it's the house is down sort of dictating the pace of the game, then I think Meepo can probably just run over him. And Spectre is the last pick here for Union. It's a great hero, and it can carry as hard as most heroes, but I don't know, man. Meepo is probably the scariest late game hero.
If I'm watching right now, I can see that the THD has a lot more damage burst. So early on, if they take fights around 10-minute mark, I think they're gonna have a big advantage. Otherwise, late game Union heroes are scaling a bit better. So I think they're gonna want to take this really late game.
Good old South American Dota will probably be paused for a while. Actually, one of THD's members has already come back. Actually, what's your... You don't have a personal Twitter, right? Should I just put Armada Gaming on the overlay?
I'm using static Dota right now. I'm not tweeting too much, but I'm getting used to it. So I have...
Was they'll be going for the mech first on Tidehunter, and they'll still have like a tango at this point, and with the headdress component and eating a tango with 2 points in Kraken Shell, you also don't take, well, you take damage, but you regen it all, so it's pretty stable. As like you can see, he's getting pretty low, and he might actually not be able to kill out this last granite golem, or even an ancient black dragon.
How many buzz are we gonna get in this?
You literally can't be surprised, man. I don't. You should have left while you could have. I'm gonna have to make a new rule about not casting South American Dota, which is unfortunate because like they're really good and they deserve to be cast.
That every time you cast a South American Dota and they pause, you need to take a shot or something.
Take a shot of Red Bull, of course.
No.
No, it's code. Don't worry.
Come on.
Red Bull. I don't know.
The problem tagging him already. He's gonna be so dangerous. As you said, he can jump on this Disruptor pretty easily, which is only level 6. What else do we see on the map?
What team is Jolly Joker on your Armada squad, or
yes.
Who does he play for now?
He's playing along with Fudzy, Monkeys Forever, Rolo, and Fun, and they're playing on their Armada for JDL.
I met some of them at TI4 actually.
Yeah, they're really nice guys.
And I play with Rolo and Footsy from time to time, and they're the two I met up with at TI4. Pretty good times. They were sitting in the nosebleeds though. I was like, I can't do this. I have to leave. It was so far away. Another pause.
at some point maybe we'll be able to finish this game, but so far it's looking salty for the Dire side.
Yeah, they look to be in a bit of trouble. There's a Blink Dagger on Centaur right now, and he could also maybe take down the Meepo pretty quick. He does have a lot of magical damage and double edge, but we can't forget about Meepo's built-in magic resistance, 35%. So there are a lot of Meepos, which can be pretty scary because you're a little vulnerable to magic damage, I guess, as Meepo. But because of that, to balance him out, I suppose, a bit higher magic resistance. But he could be in trouble right now unless he's poofing out. He's not. He poofs to his Meepos that were there together. Poof, not a very long cooldown though, and I honestly don't think, because Desolate will never work on Meepo, essentially.
Wow,
So they're not going to have
those
that
beautiful
bonus
nets?
damage.
It's amazing.
Pretty good. I learned something the other day. If someone is already netted and they start TPing, refreshing the same net won't cancel it. You have to let it run out.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Dire's structures are fortified.
That's pretty hard
That
to
was
time up.
Chicago Ted that informed me of that one. Had no idea. Still, I'm not convinced of his Meepo skills. I'll have to see for myself. Anyways, that's the one hero you don't want to glimpse. He gets up an Echo Slam onto 2 or 3. He dies. It doesn't really get much for it. The Ravage goes out now, and lots of ultimates just being used defensively. Now, Meepo going to come into the fight, takes out the Spectre immediately. Citadel trying to TP back to base. He won't be able to make it, and now Toy with a double kill, make it a triple. Nope, just a double. Lelis going to go ahead and grab that last kill on the Centaur, so they glimpse in the Earthshaker, who echoes immediately, which honestly wasn't that bad. Ravage, again, wasn't that great of a Ravage, but Meepo comes in and just cleans up.
Yeah, they're creating so much space for the Meepo. He's gonna go out of control now.
He already has Blink now if he wants it.
Just Ravage and Fisher makes him able to do whatever he wants in team fights. So having a Meepo DPSing your whole team is very not good for yourself.
Yeah, now he's got the Blink Dagger, so he can be even more mobile and all over the map. We'll see what his next item is going to be, whether he wants to maybe sell these treads, get Boots of Travel. Probably not, because you want the stat sharing if you go for the Ags. Maybe until late game. I think, what do you think, Heart is probably the next best item for him? Or a Scotty? Maybe even a Sheep, honestly.
I don't think he should go hard. I think he doesn't really need that right now because he has those heroes tanking in front of him and the teamfight control, but he could go for another aggressive item like a Scotty or a Sheep, as you said, in order to get free kills.
Yeah, and as we look at Meepo, a pretty micro-intensive hero, but only one of the Meepos can actually use items besides the boots. And blinking onto the one-roll Spectre, bringing him down. Spectre face drums, doesn't have a lot. A hero that's going to be in Dota 2 eventually, Arc Warden. Okay, they won't let me talk about Arc Warden apparently. Nice Disruptor ult there to get rid of that Shackle Channeling. Going to keep Enchantress alive. Fisher, 2-second cooldown, net off the mark, but forces Xander to run north, and then it gets blinked on by Toy, and Toy gets the kill anyways. And a double damage on a Meepo. This could be like a game-ending push, honestly, at 16 minutes with double damage Meepo.
I feel like they have no answer for the Meepo now. He's just way too farm.
Yep. This is pretty much how the Meepo game went for Revenge when they ran it as well. It just kind of got out of control. They couldn't really bring him down, and it's a pretty hard gank because once he's level 3, he's got arguably one of the best escapes in the game. Just poof out to your other Meepo as long as you can micromanage 2 units.
Is this a best of 2 or best of 3?
Yeah, just 2-game series is the wording that we like to use in JDL. I don't really know why we shy away from saying BO2, but
the Spectre just going drums since he's behind, but I don't think that's gonna help him anymore. He needs that Radiance, or he needs some game-changing item. The drums won't help him to get back from that deficit.
Yeah, the Radiance is obviously way better because Spectre as a carry has no flash farming capabilities, which sucks, and that's where Radiance is really nice. Also, it works pretty good with her ult, I would say. But as terms of being a right clicker, Phase Drum Manta is pretty good, so I think that's your backup plan, maybe, Phase Drum Manta into a Diffusal, potentially. But again, obviously it is not as good as getting a Radiance on time, but not going to happen this game.
Looks like there's a smoke gang going on bottom. If they can manage to pick off the Viper before he gets away with the mech, that could be good. They could get a tower out of it too. So that's a potential really good move from Dire side.
Yeah, so far the Dire actually have not even managed to get one tower, and they've lost all their tier 1, so they're down 3 towers right now. That means Shadow Shaman has a blink up, Tidehunter has a blink up, already an Oblivion staff as he's working towards a refresher, and Vestius has just got enough money to purchase up his blink, so 3 blinks, 4 blinks, because Toy has had his for a while, already up to another 1,000 gold. Honestly, Blink's pretty good on Viper. I will not be surprised if he goes Axe Blink.
The double damage has been activated. Is he gonna go ahead and use it against the whole team? Looks like they're going back. Not gonna utilize that smoke. The Meepo. I didn't know that the double damage was sharing on Meepos.
Yeah, it goes to all the Meepos. It's
That's
like
crazy.
utterly ridiculous. That's why I was saying it could honestly be a game-ending push when he picked it up.
Even if it was just one, it's still dangerous. But now all of them, it's crazy.
Yeah, with that sweet Fnatic said, this could be dangerous. Angel, he's there, but Meepo's got a double damage. He could just stand and fight. He kind of has to because he's not getting out of the kinetic field. He will go down. Benjaz almost, that was 1v4, and he almost killed both cores, the Centaur and the Spectre. And there was even a mech used from Razor to keep everyone alive. So that shows you how strong this Meepo is right now. And a support, unlike any other support, who can just split push lanes by himself, even though he's not by himself this time, they're taking down that bottom tier 2.
That was a nice pickup for them. The gold from the streak went to the Spectre, so it's gonna give him a little boost. So maybe
wow,
they can do something with it, but at this point I think they're too far behind to hang on.
Wow, Disruptor should be so glad that he did not glimpse that Tidehunter back, because he would have ravaged, and the team is down here from the south. The Fisher's there onto Xander. There you go, and Chance Totem home run derby style. Glimpsing back the Earth Shaker. It's not going to matter too much. One more slow attack, and now Meeple's going to come in onto the Shackle, landing the net as well. 15-6, 20 minutes in. 2 pickoffs there in the mid lane. Ravage still online. Echo Slam still online, looking to push into another tower, or go for the Roche, because you don't even need the Serpent Wards when you've got a Meepo.
Shadow Shaman just picked up a gem that's gonna give him the whole map control they can use right now. So no more wards for Dire side, which is gonna be really hard because they don't have towers. So they won't see that coming, which was done already. Are they gonna fight this?
I think they might. Ravage, it's gonna actually hit 3 in the end. Actually make it 4 on the edges of that, but nice Static Storm goes out. Angel jumps right into it. Will bring down 2, but there's a beautiful Fisher, and honestly, I think Meepo with an Aegis wouldn't be too scared to just fight into that after most things
he missed
were used.
Plate, because he ported to the wrong Meepo, which let him right into the Roche pit while his team was getting murdered.
Yeah, so that is one drawback of Meepo. Making one mistake like that can basically just lose your team an entire team fight, because you're pretty much relying on the Meepo to really kill anybody, and the other ones are just, the other abilities are just holding people in place. So if Meepo doesn't show up, then you get in trouble, like Tidehunter goes down there and the Shadow Shaman drops, but they still hold on to the Aegis, so now they can push in to the tier 2s, probably just go mid and go top and take them both out. Ag's done on
Viper
Melis,
doesn't
on the
give
Viper.
a shit about the other team.
Yeah, he really doesn't. He's probably just banking on the other team's so scared that everyone's behind him that they won't go, and it seems to be working. Because honestly, they weren't right behind him until right now, and wow, big poof in from Meepo. He gets to get everybody. He gets the Razor, gets the Disruptor, now working on Angel, who goes for a Blade Mail first. I kind of disagree with that. I think he should have got a Pipe. He goes down.
And he used his Blade Mail right after stunning, which doesn't make sense, because
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. It's just like panic.
cannot attack.
Middle tower has
Yeah,
Radiant's bottom tower has
that is
fallen.
true.
Dire's
I was thinking return damage as well, but then again, he's not attacking. But so Blade Mail obviously makes sense on the hero, it's very good, but I don't think in this case. I think a Pipe for your whole team would have been better as opposed to a Blade Mail for yourself. And again, these Fishers blink at Echo Slam. Oh my gosh, the filth from Vestius. That was a really nice combo there. Matt can keep everyone alive, as this Disruptor does not have an Ag, so they can still go ahead and use items in that.
Dire's middle barracks
Static Storm. Something stuck in my throat. Jericho. goes down. Someone was glimpsed away, but it didn't really matter. Another Fisher goes out for Vestius. Centaur going to look to counter-initiate on this, trying to kill Vestius. Will miss the stun, but that was pretty much a ranged attack double edge, and messes up the combo a little bit there, but still landing the nets. Anchor Smash goes out. Another net to land here. Now Lelis here with his Aghanim Scepter. Gonna, yeah, just wait for him to die in the poison. Helpless, trapped in the net like a caged animal, the Centaur, but he is half man, so...
Yeah, this is pretty much game over now.
Yeah, Xander's gonna call it.
There you go. Well,
All
it was a
right.
nice attempt to do some original draft from both sides, I guess. Was interesting, but unfortunately they got ganked too much by the support rotation of Shadow Shaman and Earthshaker. Really, I guess.
Yeah, which I guess you got to expect. That's kind of what that combo wants to do. And Meepo was also 12-1 and 7, so really no answer to Meepo in the mid lane, no answer to Meepo in the mid game. And the support rotations came up big here for the houses down. That's game 1 of 2 here in the JoinDota League Season 3 America's Premier Division. I'm Helium, with me was Static Dota. You can follow us on Twitter, you see him down there in the bottom right, at Heliumbrella, at Static Dota, and of course his organization at Armada Gaming on Twitter or Facebook. And we'll be back with game 2 in just a little